Yuka Roy is here in the studio. A very good evening to you.
Hi, Mark.
The incoming US President, Donald Trump, will give TikTok some more time before it faces a ban.
Yeah, that is if a viable deal is on the table, according to incoming US National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. He told Fox News that a law banning TikTok that is coming into effect on Sunday, unless the Supreme Court rules against it, allows for a 90-day grace period. He said the next administration would put measures in place to keep TikTok from going dark if there's significant progress towards a divestiture, meaning a sale by its Chinese owner ByteDance to a US company. TikTok has some 170 million users in the United States, and ByteDance has said it plans to shut down the app rather than sell it. Meanwhile, US media are reporting that TikTok's CEO, Shou Chew, will attend Trump's inauguration on Monday.
I want to sell it. I wonder if Elon Musk would buy it. That would be funny, wouldn't it? TikTok users in the US have been searching for alternatives. How are they getting on with that?
But TikTok, as we know, has become a moneymaker for many influencers, so they're keen to find other revenue streams. Some are switching to Instagram, while others are turning to other Chinese apps like RedNote, that's seen its downloads shooting 200% this week. Privacy concerns and censorship practices are casting a shadow over the hype. The law banning TikTok can apply not just to that app, but other Chinese-owned social media platforms as well. Elitsa Gadeva has the story.
With a ban on TikTok looming in the United States, its users have been migrating to another Chinese platform in droves.
I found the RedNote and it is...
This is the app RedNote, and in only 2 days, more than 700,000 new users joined the platform, many of them with the hashtag TikTok refugees.
I'm one of the TikTok refugees, and I'm used to this. I just want to thank you for welcoming us to this app. If we do anything wrong, just let us know. Looks like that ban is going into effect, and I'm probably going to lose my 3 cents per video. But you know what? That's okay. I like you guys. You guys are awesome. So thanks.
TikTok is currently used by about 170 million Americans. Many of them make a living out of posting their content despite concern flagged by the US government over data privacy. Flocking to another Chinese platform might seem ironic, but people like Gwenna see it as a form of rebellion.
The government said, we're taking away TikTok because the Chinese government having our data is a threat, to which hundreds of thousands of millennial, Gen Z, and Gen X Americans went, and we, myself included, downloaded an even more Chinese app and went, here's our data.
But much like TikTok, RedNote is subject to Chinese data laws, granting authorities access to user information. Discussing politics could also be an issue on the app.
So one to watch there. So ahead of Donald Trump's inauguration, which is happening next Monday, more of his cabinet picks face confirmation hearings in the US Senate, including Scott Bessent. Now, he's his choice as Treasury Secretary.
Treasury Secretary, well, he's the billionaire hedge fund manager who faced a grilling on taxes, tariffs, debt, sanctions, and much more in the US Senate this Thursday. Testifying in the Senate's Finance Committee, Mr. Bessent said the single most important issue for the US economy was to extend tax cuts put in place during Donald Trump's first term. They're set to expire this year. Bessent said without renewing them, the US would face an economic calamity. He also voiced support for Trump's plans to impose steep tariffs and said the US dollar must remain the world's reserve currency. On sanctions, Bessent said existing measures targeting Russia's oil sector have been too weak and that increasing the US oil output would allow for tougher sanctions to help end the war in Ukraine.
If any officials in the Russian Federation are watching this confirmation hearing, they should know that if I'm confirmed and if President Trump requests, and as part of his strategy to end the Ukraine war, that I will be 100% on board for taking sanctions up, especially on the Russian oil majors, to levels that would bring the Russian Federation to the table.
Watch this space is all we can say. The muckraking financial investigation firm Hindenburg Research is winding down its operations. Tell us more.
Well, it's the group's founder, Nate Anderson, posted a letter on the firm's website saying he's disbanding Hindenburg as his team had completed its work on the last Ponzi cases and is sharing information with regulators. Founded in 2017, Hindenburg Research carried out a series of investigations into corporate fraud and corruption and made them public, and made money by short-selling the targeted company's shares on the stock market. Its report into India's Adani Group triggered massive sell-offs, wiping billions from the market value of the conglomerate. One of its most famous exposures was about American electric car manufacturer Nikola in 2020. Hindenburg accused the maker of staging a video to calm skepticism about its hydrogen-powered lorry, saying the vehicle in its 2018 promotional video was just rolling downhill rather than moving under its own power. The EV maker later paid $125 million to settle a fraud case with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Mark.
Never a dull moment in business. Yuka Roya, thank you very much. It's great to see you as always.